So hello guys, welcome back to our channel. IPL 2025 auction is already in the books. Although a bit late, we are here to finally share our thoughts about how the auction went about for all the teams. Now we'll start with CSK, of course my favorite, a little bit of bias from my side, so I convinced Pratik to start with CSK. He was of the opinion that we should start with MI, but I won, of course. So without further ado, let's talk about the Chennai Super Kings. I think they fared decently in the auction. Their retentions, they had four batters already, including the likes of MS Dhoni, alongside a bowler which was Patirana. So they didn't go about for too many power hitters. They went for some Indian options like Rahul Tripathi and Deepak Hooda. They bought back Conway, and from the all rounder section they bought back Rachin. Although I would consider him more of a batting all rounder. So, uh, so yeah, pretty decent lineup. If we talk about the batting part, then it comes as Ruturaj Gaikwad, Devon Conway, MS Dhoni, Rahul Tripathi. You have Shivam Dubey and Rachin Ravindra, along with some domestic options such as Vansh Bedi, who also keeps Andre Siddharth and Sheikh Rashid. So all in all, kind of balanced, but they lack a power hitter through the middle, is what I feel. So, Pratik, what are your thoughts on CSK's batting?
Yeah. So I went through the team. I think CSK got have done a extremely decent job in the auction. They picked all the players who can play spin really well on the slow turning track of Chennai. And only thing even I am concerned about is power hitter, which they lack currently. Dubey is again Dubey is kind of inconsistent, as we have seen in the Indian outing for him, and also Ravindra Jadeja hasn't been that good with the bat in the past 2 seasons at least, apart from that one game in Ahmedabad in the final. And again, that is something that they may rely again heavily on MS, even though he is in the twilight of his career. But all in all, I think they have done a very decent job on the auction.
Yeah, I mean, I could not agree more with you. So, I think overall that's the gist of the batting part. But let's talk about the bowling part. I mean, of all the years of the IPL, I've always seen CSK, pick a random kind of a bowling, and they just put it together, and then they just have their season. Of course, they've always had Dwayne Bravo, whom they had relied on so heavily over the years. But this time they even lost one of the bowlers who is my personal favorite from the CSK lineup. I considered him as CSK's Bumrah, which was none other than Deepak Chahar. Unfortunately, he went to Mumbai Indians. CSK tried their best to get him, but they couldn't. But in exchange, they got a prospect from Mumbai Indians who did well last year in the very small sample size that he had, who is none other than Anshul Compose. I'm very excited to see him, in CSK colors. Let's see how it does. Apart from that, CSK already had retained Pathirana, as we mentioned before. They bought in, guys like Khalil Ahmed. He was someone who went very under the radar last year. Then they bought back Mukesh Chaudhary as well. So this was the fast bowling. I would rather say the medium pace bowling that CSK has. Also Sam Curran. So what are your thoughts on that one, Pratik?
I feel they have done a good job. Given the conditions in Chepauk, I think this pace attack is quite good. You don't need 150 plus bowlers in Chepauk because the dry wicket, it won't help the pacers much there. So the slow
Yep.
track, you need to take the pace of the ball a lot of times. So I think that is a very smart. They are smart buys. And Khalil, as you mentioned, was very good in the last year, last edition of the IPL. Took plenty of wickets with the in the power play. Khalil Ahmed and also Pathirana. Pathirana was really good at the death. And my only problem is when they travel to somewhere like a Mumbai or even a faster wicket Ahmedabad or in Eden Gardens. How is this pace battery going to click? That is my only concern here. But in for given the conditions at Chepauk, this is a very good attack.
Yep.
Also, they have got Jamie Overton. I'm very excited to see if they can play him few games, if not all. Him or Sam Curran may swap in between. When they need more pace, I think they can really, I mean, in a pace-friendly condition, they can play Jamie Overton. Tall guy, bowls fast, can tonk a ball a long way. Something like Jason Holder you should do. So yeah,
Yep, quite decent, I would say. And like from the
yes.
spinning department, I think that's the best job that CSK has done. They brought back Ashwin. They added Noor to the mix. So Noor, Jadeja, and Ashwin, three spinners at Chepok. I mean, it's just game on for CSK. What are your thoughts there?
I think spin department has always been the strength of CSK over the years, and with the return of Ravi Ashwin, the legend, and Noor Ahmad, I think they have created the best spin attack in the league, at least given their home conditions. Nobody comes close. The experience of Ashwin and Jadeja, especially as a pair, if you look uh, in the history, they were very lethal as a pair. And
Yeah.
Noor Ahmad is a very exciting spinner as well. Very young left arm Chinaman and a very rare skill set in cricket. So I feel this trio is going to wreak havoc, especially in Chepauk and somewhere like Lucknow, where the ball turns square as well. So let's see what happens. And I feel
Yep.
Noor Ahmad, irrespective of the conditions, I feel Noor Ahmad should play all the games because his wrist spinners are always more preferred because they are better wicket takers, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, I completely agree with you. CSK also has two other options, such as Gurjapneet Singh, who's a left arm kind of change of pace bowler. I think he recently got hit by Hardik Pandya for plenty in the
Yeah,
ongoing
30
Syed
runs.
Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Yeah.
30 runs in an over.
So,
Yeah.
but
Hardik
yeah,
took
they
it.
do have the options. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also have Nathan Ellis, not to forget. But I
Yes.
didn't
Nathan
mention him
Ellis.
because Nathan Ellis. Yeah, he's a good bowler towards the death, but I don't think he'll get much games. So that's
Nathan
the
Ellis is criminally underrated, in my opinion, because
yeah.
Nathan Ellis is what Bravo did, right? If you see his bowling, he does the
Mm,
exact same things as Dwayne Bravo did in the past decade. He gets a lot of wickets.
yeah.
I don't see
And
why that guy is benched. He always performs. Whenever he plays, he performs. I feel sad for
yeah,
that guy.
I mean, I think for CSK, so let's just construct the 11 and see if we can fit Ellis somewhere in. I mean, I think Pathirana would start definitely for sure. But yeah, let's try to construct the 11, how they would look like. I think all rounders, their strength, they've got gone for a lot of all rounders in Rachin, and they have Jadeja, they got in Sam Curran, Dubey, if you would consider him as an all rounder.
No,
Then they
Dubai
have
I
Deepak
consider
Hooda,
him as a batter. Dubai I consider
then they have,
him as a batter and
yeah.
he will play as an impact sub, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, yep. And they have other guys like Vijay Shankar, who is also mostly a batter but bowls sometimes. Just for the Chennai wicket, he can bowl. So that's that. And Deepak Huda. So let's construct the 11. What would your 11 look like, Pratik?
I start with
I
Rituraj and
think,
Conway. Rituraj
yeah,
and
same
Conway.
openers for me.
This duo was really good in the 23 season when they won the title. And Rahul
Yeah.
Tripathi to bat at three.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
my number four will be Dubey if they're in as an impact sub or if they're batting first, Dubey starts. At number
Yes.
five, I'll go with Sam Curran, given he can partner with Khalil with the new ball, as well as he can bat. He should bat higher
Mhm,
up the order, in my opinion, because he's a more than a decent batter. At number six, Jadeja. At seven, Ashwin. I
mhm.
wanted to say two, but nowadays that guy just doesn't come out to bat. So at eight, I'll keep MS. And number nine, Noor Ahmad. He can bat decently as well as we have seen some games for GT. And 10 and 11 will be Khalil and Pathiran.
Yeah. And
So this is my
who would
11.
be your impact sub?
My impact sub will be Deepak Huda. Actually, if they bat first, Dubey starts. Dubey and Deepak Huda both start, and when they bowl, one of Khalil or Pathirana comes in for Dubey. That is my
So
11.
Yeah, that's how the construct is. Then in that case, Deepak Huda would bat a bit higher, of course, and Ashwin comes down to 8, and maybe even MS at 8 and Ashwin at 9. So the
Yeah,
batting depth,
depending on the conditions, that is fine. Batting depth is covered for
no concern
CSK.
about batting depth. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, pretty decent, and that's how I would also line them up as well. A very good batting depth, three medium pace bowlers, three spinners. I mean, amazing. A very good side for CSK to play with. I mean, MSD has always preferred that kind of a side, and I think his DNA is still ongoing with CSK.
What is the auction
Yeah,
score would you like to give to CSK?
auction. I think I would go for a 7 Thala for a reason. So, I mean, look, for their home conditions, they look quite decent, but away games, as you mentioned, are going to be a challenge for them. In Lucknow, they would do well because if they have slow conditions there, then game over. Other than that, they would probably struggle in other conditions. So I give them a 7.
Okay.
What would be your rating?
I'd say 8.5 because they have done a very decent job, especially if you see 7 plus 1 Lucknow, 8 out of 14 games, they have the proper 11. What else do you want? You
Yeah.
win 8 of those games, 8 out of 8, you win, you don't require the other 6. You are already in the playoffs.
I
So
mean,
I give them eight and a
that's
half.
probably, yeah. So I think that sums up to an average of 7.75 for CSK.
Yes.
So we move on now. From Chennai, we travel all the way to the place that I live in currently, which is Delhi. So, Delhi Capitals, what are your first thoughts when you look at how their auction has panned out?
Delhi Capitals, I think, was one of the best teams at the auction table, especially Mr. Gandhi. He was as entertaining as every year. Means he he just spoils the party for everyone, man. And that is so entertaining as a viewer. You never know his move, what his next move will be. That guy is just a
Yeah,
great guy at the auction table, I feel. Master stroke after
yeah,
master stroke, he just puts in. And this time I think like every mega auction, Delhi have constructed a really good team. If you see Delhi, so Delhi have got KL Rahul, I think, who will be their captain as well as the keeper
mhm,
batsman.
mhm,
uh, Along with him, they have got two people who can be his potential opening partner. One is the prodigy from South Australia, Jake Fraser McCurk, who set the stage on fire last year, and then there is the ever dependent Faf du Plessis, ever consistent. He is just smashing runs everywhere he's playing. He smashed like 60 of 20 balls in the T10 league. I think he's the highest scorer currently after 3 or 4 games has been played. 200 runs in the 10 over games in 4 innings. Means an average of 50. Batting at 250.
yeah,
And that is too good for his age.
yeah,
I think he's 39 or even he turned 40. So Faf is there.
yeah,
He's playing as good as he used to do over the years. And then we have in the middle order, I think they have a good good backing of talent. Two youngsters, two very promising youngsters, Harry Brook and Tristan Stubbs. I think these two will play a huge role for their countries going forward. Both of them have very good technique, score plenty of runs, have all the shots in the book, and also they play spin well given the stats. And after that, they have got the guy who set stage on fire for Punjab Kings last year, Ashutosh Sharma, and he can
yeah,
bowl a bit as well. And they have
yeah,
retained the spin twins of Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav, so that sorts them the spin department. So they have no issues there. Pace attack is led by Mitchell Stark, the champion bowler from Australia, along with Mukesh Kumar, who did a very decent job for Delhi Capitals last year, especially at the death, bowled a lot of
mhm.
Yorkers. And again, the Yorker kick is there. T. Natarajan, I mean,
T. Natarajan.
it's a match made in heaven, I feel. Mitchell Stark and T. Natarajan
Yes.
bowling from two ends, Yorker, high speed shearing Yorkers, left
Yep.
armers. So
I
yeah,
mean,
Delhi, I think Delhi
they
have
have,
done. I think Delhi have done the best job in the auction table. If
yeah,
not the
they
best,
have
then
a
definitely in
very,
my top three. at the auction table. After the debacle or after the Rishabh Pant debacle, they recovered very well, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you. If you look at their bowling, I just want to start with the bowling part. Uh, Mitch Stark and Natarajan throwing darts at your stumps. I mean, it's going to be a sight to behold. Alongside the new ball bowling attack for Mumbai, this is one bowling attack that I'm very eager to see. And of course, Natarajan, I think he'll bowl maybe 1 or 2 overs max with the new ball, but again at the death. Natarajan and Stark, I think they are the ones who will be doing the death bowling. They also have Mohit Sharma as an option. He can also bowl at the death, quite decent. But I think in Gujarat, I mean on the Ahmedabad wicket, he was a handful. But I don't think on the Delhi wicket, Mohit Sharma is somebody that you can trust too much to bowl at the death, because flat wickets, very small ground, so more often than not, he could travel the distance. But yeah, Delhi, if you remember, they have two kinds of surfaces. One is this flat track where it just runs and runs. The other is a wicket where the ball grips a bit. So on that wicket, Mohit Sharma can come into place, and also in the away fixtures. But yeah,
Uh,
over all in all,
one thing I'd
looks
like to
like a
add here, one thing I'd like to add here, Mohit Sharma hails from Delhi and he plays all his cricket in Delhi.
Haryana,
His domestic
Haryana,
domestic cricket, yeah. But more, I
Haryana.
think he played for Delhi as well. Anyways, but I think he is aware of the conditions, how they play out, and he can come in as your impact sub. I feel if they need him.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I
what
mean,
see with Delhi is I'm not very sure who is going to partner with Stark with the new ball. That is one concern I see because in KKR, Stark had Harshit Rana and Vaibhav Arora actually, who was very good with the new ball.
yes,
But here I'm not very sure who out of Mukesh Kumar and T. Natarajan can do that job. Mostly it will be Mukesh.
yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Mukesh. I mean, he's like a regular India player for already. So I think he will start with Mitch Stark, maybe an over or two from Natarajan as well. So that's the combination that we talked about towards the death and even at the start. So yeah, all in all, kind very good bowling lineup, at least in terms of pacers, and of course spinners. You have two champions in Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav. Coming to the batting, they have a lot of explosive strength. I mean, I think let's just construct the 11. KL Rahul for me, uh, I know his form has been very poor in T20 cricket over the last few years. I mean, he does have runs, but not at a very quick pace, as in which could create a
Match
match-winning
winning
impact for
runs.
his side.
Match winning runs he didn't have. That is a fact. We can't deny
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Given the talent
So
of the
that
man, he doesn't have those match winning runs.
Yeah, yeah. But I think Indian wicketkeeper at 14 crores is still a very good buy. And maybe this is the year when Rahul just finally comes, all guns blazing, and recreates his 2018 IPL. So yeah, let's talk about the 11. So Jake Fraser McGurk opening with KL Rahul. Number 3 for me, I would play Harry Brook. But if you have to see the impact sub and all, maybe if they are not going with the bowling depth, as in you have Aksar, Stark, Natarajan, and Mukesh Kumar and Kuldeep. So five bowlers already there. If they want the sixth option, they can go for Mohit Sharma. Or if they want a batter, I would say they can go for the Ishan Porel. Sorry, Abhishek Porel
Abhishek
rather.
Porel. I feel Abhishek
Abhishek
Porel
Porel,
should
whom they
start
retained.
because they retained him and he scored
Yeah,
some 350 runs last year at a very decent strike rate, more than 140. So I don't
yeah,
see any reason for him to be dropped, especially number three. And I also want Abhishek Porel to play. Reason being, if you pack the batting with all the hitters, then KL Rahul again goes back into that shell mode
yes,
where he just goes into that shell and he doesn't attack. I don't want to see that version again. So I want
yeah,
Abhishek Porel to play so that he takes some of the pressure off Kale. So Kale can score freely this time. So
yes.
I will
So
go with Abhishek. I will go with KL Rahul partnering with Jake Fraser McGurk. Number three Abhishek Porel. Number
Abhishek
four
Porel,
uh,
Harry
number four
Brook.
is Harry Brook. Number five
Then you
Tristan
have
Stubbs.
Stubbs,
Number
Abhishek
six
Sharma.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Ashutosh Sharma.
Ashutosh Sharma. My bad.
Ashutosh Sharma. Then we have Aksar Patel. At number 8, you can bat Stark. Number 9, Kuldeep. Then Mukesh and Natarajan, both the bowlers. If they want an extra batsman, if something bad happens while they're batting, then they can, of course, get Karun Nair in as an impact sub, given his experience, or even Samir Rizvi, they can get in.
Samir
Samir Rizvi is from UP, I think,
UP.
and he played for
Yes.
CSK last year. Yeah, Samir Rizvi,
Yeah.
they can opt in if they require. Otherwise, they can go to Mohit Sharma any day as the impact sub, because an additional bowling option is always helpful, especially when if you are bowling second. So I think this is
Yeah.
the best 11 that I could make for Delhi.
Yeah, for me, just one change. Like you preferred Abhishek Porel at 3, but I would rather want to have a Samir Rizvi. So yeah, that's where we
Hmm.
differ a bit. Maybe if we have a Samir Rizvi, of course, he's not batting at 3. He's batting at maybe 6 and 7 alongside Ashutosh Sharma. So I think yeah, that's how they would shape up, in my opinion. But yeah, overall they look very decent. So how would you rate their auction?
Nine and a half. I'll go with the 9.5. I don't see any weak spots currently in their starting 11, given their home or away conditions. Only problem is that partnering with Mitchell Stark up front, and if Mukesh can do the job, I think he will, because he has been very good with the red ball in the past 1 year. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I would give them a 9 as well because they look like all bases covered. The only reason I'm not giving them 10 is because the other teams that we are going to be talking about, they have something extra. So just a bit of points deducted here for the Delhi Capitals. Otherwise, they have a side as good as the others, which is considerably a high number from what their retentions were. So I think good job. So I think that's all that we have for Delhi Capitals and this video. Like our content, consider subscribing to our channel and stay tuned for more. Ciao.